Empower, support, love. That's true beauty.
Allowing God to use me to inspire others.
She is clothed with strength and dignity. Welcome to Sister Sis. Hey, guys, did y'all miss us? Because we sure missed you. Look, watch, like, and subscribe to our channel at Sistosis1988, as well as follow us on all our social media platforms at Sistosis1988. Today we have a special guest and a fellow nurse. Beautiful lady sitting over here to my left. Her name is Corinne, and we are going to discuss self-worth today. Self-worth. We're going to have Miss Corinne give us her input and her opinion and her steps to making sure you realize your self-worth, men and women. Hey, Miss Corinne.
Hello, ladies.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
By the way, she is from NOLA, New Orleans. So you're going to hear that accent. It's beautiful, okay?
Thank
My
you.
people are from Tallulah. That's my point. So go ahead, Miss Corinne. We're going to let you introduce yourself and kind of give us your background.
Okay, well, my name is Corinne. I am from New Orleans. I've been here for years, though. I might as well say I'm from Texas.
Okay.
It's home. I've been here since Katrina, so I don't know how many years that's been.
Okay.
15 years.
Yeah.
But I am, I consider Texas home.
Mm-hmm.
I am a registered nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I am doing travel assignments.
Okay.
And I plan on eventually venturing off to like permanent makeup business, just doing eyebrows, and then later on doing Botox as things progress for me, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
It will. It will. Yes, it will. Time and patience, it will. But, yep, that's all.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to jump right on in.
Okay.
So, what does self-worth mean to you?
Self-worth, to me, what it means, just knowing who you are as a person, not allowing someone to tell you who you are, being comfortable with yourself, not placing value from other things or what other people say, just know your own value. So that's what self-worth means to me. Just being comfortable with myself and knowing myself and who I am as a person.
All right.
Well said.
Well, give examples of ways you have worked on yourself to provide self-care.
So the ways that I have worked on myself for some years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I started going to counseling because I did not always know my self-worth, didn't even know what it meant, I was absent-minded of it. But I went through a breakup, so I started going to counseling because I realized I did not know who I was. I lost myself in that relationship. I placed so much value on myself being with that person. So I started going to counseling. I started journaling. I started community with friends, going to churches, just different things just to figure out who I am and get back to a comfortable place of knowing who I am without this person.
Yes.
So what did you do to like help build like your confidence back?
Really, like I said, I started hanging out with friends, started reading more, started being more intentional with putting myself together, self-affirmations, just constantly reminding myself that I am worthy. I don't need this person to bring value to me. Yes, it's always nice to have it, but I don't need this person to say you have value. That you're worthy.
Yeah.
I know I'm worthy without this.
Right.
Exactly. So has your self-worth changed since you gotten older?
Definitely. With everything, things evolve as you get older. I started realizing certain things that mattered to me when I was younger. It really does not matter because, like I said, I placed a lot of things on value of myself on what other people thought about me, this relationship. But as I got older, I don't care anymore. Like I don't need it. I realized with time, experience comes wisdom. So, no, it definitely has gotten better with age.
Yeah, I would agree. So what's the importance of knowing your worth?
It's important to know your worth because if you allow someone, like I said, I placed so much value on myself within that relationship. I allowed, once he left, I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I didn't know who I was.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important for me, before you jump into anything, like moving forward, I need to know who I am, so I won't
Right.
allow any situation or experience to change my value and my
Mhm.
worth of myself.
Yes.
Got it. So what advice would you give to others to find their self-worth?
Definitely don't. Social media, that is not self-worth. You do not need to find me with that, because I am guilty of it. Especially now that I'm of age, I'm not married, I don't have kids. Don't worry about what you see from social media, what your other friends may be doing. You do you,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually that all will come. So my advice, just the comparison thing, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that your outlook on dating is different now?
Girl, it's not different. Well, it is different in a way. I feel like I had this conversation with other people too. I feel like now, because I was in that situation and I felt like I lost myself so much, I'm extra cautious about dating, and I kind of overanalyze situations and different men before I actually get to know them, because I try to avoid getting into another situation like that.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily a good thing, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But it has changed. But I'm trying to, balance it out. Like, yes, Corinne, you are worthy of what you want, but sometimes you have to take a little bit and give a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's a give and take.
Yes.
Definitely.
It
And,
definitely
is.
is.
It is.
I know you mentioned also how therapy kind of helped you bring some awareness to self-worth. How would you say that helped you?
It helped a lot, because first, with your friends, you talk to your friends. Your friends are your biggest cheerleaders. You need an unbiased opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that I said, she kind of brought attention to it that I didn't know, that my friends were just cheering me on, like, yeah, girl, you're right. You didn't deserve that. But some things I have to take accountability. Some
Yes.
things,
Yeah.
some things
Perfect.
with that, I had to work on myself.
Yes.
So that brought light to a lot of things I did not know about myself,
Mm-hmm.
and with therapy,
Mm-hmm.
because it was just an unbiased opinion.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
did
And
that
I know-
answer your question?
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to ask that question and just bring it to the platform as well too, because we know within our Black community, like for me as a child, nobody ever talked about
No,
therapy.
no
I do
therapy.
actually seek therapy myself as well as an adult, and I do think that it's healthy.
Mhm.
So that's why I was asking you that question. How did that help you? Just so we can even help others and just bring about awareness.
Mhm.
And you know what? I spoke on like just the friends, like the reason why I went to therapy. Yes, my friends, like I said, it's my cheerleaders.
Mhm.
They were all saying the same thing. I'm like, oh no, they're
Yeah.
they have to say that. They don't want to hurt my feelings. So really, no one taught me about therapy.
Mhm.
I just really wanted to talk to someone different. So
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it came about. Well, yeah, I do. I just wanted to talk to somebody different, and I looked it up and I found a therapist. But no, I definitely think it was very helpful with therapy. I mean, I recommend it to anybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
need
just good
that.
to have that,
Yes, it
that
is.
sounding board.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you say, someone that's outside and that's going to be unbiased.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And would you
Definitely
say,
important.
like going back for me to just name my experience, that having accountability for yourself. So I once was in a long-term relationship, and then really took some time for myself. And I say all the time, it's things you find out about yourself
Do,
Mm-hmm.
that you did not
Yeah.
pay attention to,
Mhm.
or you ignored it.
Mhm.
You seen
Right.
it, but you ignored it.
Mhm.
And so I did have some therapy, and I've always been truthful to myself and truthful to others. And I thought maybe, well, you've always been truthful to yourself. Let's see if you can do that if you go and talk to someone about situations and things that has happened with you personally, at work, with your friendship and with your relationships. And then a lot of things I was like, ooh, I say stain.
Mhm.
I always say to myself, I start smelling myself, and I
Yeah.
start seeing that, right? No, it's, I mean,
No,
let's
it's
just be
true,
honest.
yeah.
You start seeing yourself like, dang, I can't believe that, I said that, or I did that, and I could have meant intentionally to do something else, but whoever I did it to or said it to really took it in another form. And
Mhm.
going into therapy, it showed me the self-worth, that I was worth, falling in love again, if that was going to be in my future, and loving harder than what I already have. And that was with my family, with my friends. And then at that time, like her recommendation was for me to go home every day, wake up and write something down
Yes.
that gives you confidence within
Mhm.
yourself, that lets you know that you're worth, and lets you know you're growing.
Mhm.
Because if nobody needs to stay the same.
No,
A
never.
fool is
No.
someone who feels like they don't have nothing wrong that needs to be changed. That is a person that's never going to grow.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
personally, business-wise, and relationship-wise. It won't happen. So I appreciate you being, first of all, a Black woman, an educated Black woman, and you're taking that responsibility and you're going to the therapy and you're
Yes.
able to talk and you're able to say, yeah, well, some things that was there. You know, some people can't admit it.
Yeah.
Right.
They really can't. And it's okay. It's okay. All of us are human. You know what I
and
mean?
I was always taught to, if more than one person say it, is you. So that's another thing too, what made me go to therapy, because I wouldn't accept certain things about myself when other people would tell it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? If this person said it, that person said it, you need to check
You need to
yourself.
check
Like you
yourself
said,
out.
it
Right.
is you.
It's
You need
Get
to
it
work
a little
on
bit
it.
closer,
You
yeah.
need to, kind of dive in, dissect it, see what's going on, so you can fix it, so you can be better moving forward. So
Mhm.
you're absolutely right. I like how you mentioned about the affirmations with putting it on, posting it place. Have y'all
Mhm.
ever watched Being Mary Jane?
Yes, Lord. This girl here got me on that. Yeah.
Yes, that was my show.
Yes, that was such a great idea. My therapist did not like touch on that, like you just with affirmations, but that was such a good and helpful thing that I learned from that show.
Mhm.
You need to see it so you can constantly remind yourself every time you wake up. Post it different places. Like I post stuff in my car. I have things
Mhm.
pop up on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
The mirrors in the bathroom. It's good because you do need to
Yes.
remind yourself
Mhm.
Yes.
and remind yourself how far you came. Like
Right.
with the journaling stuff, I love going back to my journals and realizing my mindset at that time, how different it is now.
I
Yes.
think journaling is very powerful.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
Definitely.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yes, it is. And then also, you begin to have the confidence when somebody does give you some type of criticism
Yep.
or somebody says something to you.
Mhm.
You're not really offended. Before you start working on yourself, working
Yeah.
on your self-worth, people probably would say something to you and you would be offended by it.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But now you're able to accept it and welcome it. You know what I mean? And then give it back, in a
Mhm.
different way. You know, how you serve does matter, but you're able to do so if you take those steps.
Yes.
You know?
So, what are some things that your therapist advised you to do to help build your confidence back?
So one thing for me, I always find it. I'm a talker. Naturally, I am a talker, but for me, I always had a hard time approaching people or I'm speaking up. And that's another thing, knowing your value, knowing your worth. I let a lot of stuff slide until it build up and I kind of like blow up and say something I shouldn't say.
Mhm.
So one thing she taught me, like learn how to say no, like,
Right.
gradually like set your boundaries. You need to have boundaries.
Right.
And I did
Definitely.
not have any at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was one thing she made me realize, like you set your boundaries, you say no,
Yes.
speaking up for yourself, like just little subtle things. Like I learned like in public places, because I let a lot of stuff slide. Some things you need to let slide. People are crazy these days, but just basically just speaking up. Like that's one thing that she helped me build my confidence, saying what I need and what I want and being firm with it and not, letting
Backing
someone
it
change.
off.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
What
Yes.
about as far as like your self-image? Like, did she give any advice or?
No, not really with the self-image. I don't feel like I struggled with that. So we didn't really talk on that too much. But self-image, like self-esteem, like just I don't think I really struggled with self-esteem. It was just more, I don't know if confidence, I think I had this conversation before with someone, like I don't know if confidence and self-esteem kind of go hand in hand, but I'm not a confident person, but I don't have low self-esteem. I don't struggle with self-image issues.
Okay.
So did I answer y'all question?
Indeed.
That's how you feel. So yes, that answer was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No,
I don't think so.
I think she hit it. It was beautiful.
Good.
Thank
That was
you
very, very
for
beautiful.
being so open and
Yes.
honest.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
flowed
ladies.
through smoothly. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
That's the goal. That's
Yes.
what you want people to see. You don't want to act like you're struggling to,
Yeah.
about a situation or about something about you, about yourself. You know, you want to be confident. Well, so
Until next time.
there's strength in sisterhood.
And supporting sisterhood.
Bye.